Welcome back to the Spearhead cast, everyone. We have a fight on the Eastern Front on Gloss Glider. Let's go through the players. We have Q as the Waffen-SS. We have Professor as the Soviet Union, obviously. Starting with double conscripts, pretty basic. Looks like there's no commander choice yet from either player. Oh, actually, we have Tank Destroyer, I think. Yeah. Yes, that's Tank Destroyer coming out for the Soviet Union. That's a very interesting commander, pretty decent actually. Has a lot of interesting stuff. Double Sturm Pioneer. So going for Sturm Pioneers rather than Sturm Grenadiers? Suppose it could work. The Sturm Pioneers are pretty good. So we'll have to see what comes out of that, in all honesty. Let's see, so double conscripts into another sapper. That should be interesting. Well, double Sturm Pioneer, that's a lot of firepower early on. These are very good assault infantry, but they're not line infantry like a Sturm Grenadiers, which he's getting one of now. Sturm Grenadiers are much better at longer range and just can be equipped more specialized for all kinds of stuff. But the Sturm Pioneer is not bad. Now, don't get me wrong, these guys are perfectly capable of holding up your front line early on as the Waffen-SS. But there's still no commander choice, which we need to keep an eye on. The conscripts... Oh, a little bit of lag. Don't know why that was. Remember, the Soviet conscripts will allow them to get a lot more field presence. Oh, and Sturm Pioneers are going to be in a crossfire here. They don't want that engagement.
Your orders, comrade.
I don't think these conscripts will last long, though. Because they're getting flanking shots there. Yeah. Squad did not get killed, though. You don't have a Mthis for grenade assault either. Somebody is running to behind the sandbags there. Good to see. But there's going to be a lot of Soviet infantry here for the Germans to deal with. Grenades coming out. These companies are in trouble now. Oh, and they went down. Oh, that's... Ooh, that's a harsh one. Sturm Pioneers have been relocated southwards to try and support and make up for the loss. The northern flank is not even being contested at all. There's no one is trying to take anything of it. It's mostly fighting for this southern field at the moment. There's a Maxim coming out here now for the Soviet Union. Mobile machine gun for the Soviets. An old machine gun used in the First World War. But still very useful even the second one. A machine gun is a machine gun. It fires bullets very fast in the direction of the enemy. That's exactly what he wanted to do. Now the Sturm Grenadier coming out. But still no commander choice yet from Q. I wonder what they are planning on doing. Perhaps they're planning for some kind of surprise. Soviets have secured the southern flank though, and they could push towards the German fuel. The Germans need someone to start securing the northern parts of the map though. Because the Soviets are not even doing that either. Very fascinating. Oh, now they're sending troops to do it. While this Sturm Grenadier will try and hold down the southern flank here. Soviets are likely waiting another German assault, but now the Germans are going to take advantage of the northern flank not being utilized and secure that for themselves. We have Frontoviki coming out now for the Soviets. More baseline infantry, a lot more capable than conscripts. More expensive though, but they will fight pretty well. We have a big conscript push coming to the southern flank though. Yeah, one Sturm Grenadier against 3 conscripts, that's an unfair fight. They actually went down to the Molotov, oh god! We have an MG-34 coming out.
Heavy machine gun team ready for battle.
That's not looking good here for the Germans.
We can now establish a forward HQ. We have authorization to appropriate nearby...
But they still need to start capturing the northern front. MT-54 needs to get into a good position. Maxim is going to take up. That's going to make it very hard to push out of that building, out of that zone. Fortunately, the building has no windows in that end, but it can still fire. Need the Maxim weapon opening fire. And the MG-34 is in trouble.
Unit ready.
The Germans really need to hammer down on the other flank, I think. They need to get some troops out there and secure some ground. And they need the Sturmgewehrs done to make their move. Von Tavik have been armed with DPMs. Light machine gun out of the Soviets. Often referred to as a record player because of the disc-shaped magazine on the top. A unique little weapon. The MT-34 can be recruited here. And looks like that's gonna happen. Mthis is gonna try and take up though, but the Soviets, I believe, might be intending on doing the same. Indeed, they're taking up now with the support weapons Kampanaya. Which I probably butchered because I don't speak Russian.
LMG team ready. Weapon team ready. This is it.
But Northern Front has become German, just because the Russians have not contested it. So at least the battle is not completely one-sided at the moment. We also see demo charges being prepared. Oh, he's actually demoing the point. Thinking ahead.
The squad is back to full strength. Group ready.
I'm just checking if I am recording, and I am. Good. I've had some issues where I get afraid I'm not recording.
My half-track is in action. Standing by for setting of command post.
Crew stand ready.
The battle is about to commence.
After coming out for the Soviets, look at it, it's going to be a crowd mower. Very dangerous little tool. Conscript Horde is going to push northwards by the looks of it. The Germans have anything but the demo charge to hold that. Actually, they could lure them into the demo charge, potentially.
Secure the vehicle. Location set.
But he's going to have to think very quickly. We also seen double sappers with PTISs.
A new half-track has arrived.
Sturmgewehrs definitely have to move out there quick.
Enemy fire. We are bleeding, comrade.
Rain assault going out. Oh, good grenade assault too! Killing a lot of the conscripts.
Have been lost.
Molotov is coming up for the other one.
Target vehicle marking available.
So the Sturmgewehrs dodged it. And they need to get out of there still. Now the crowd mower is coming. And the PTISs are not helping either. Oh, but he still went down. More Sturmgewehrs pushing up. Still no commander choice. Now the crowd mower has revealed itself. Oh, good anti-tank rifle grade though. And it went down. Actually, good job with these Sturmgewehrs. Although they've taken heavy losses.
Cooper lost.
He has to pull this one back to heal, I think.
Unit ready.
You're seeing stormtroopers coming out. You're also seeing a Valentine being prepared by the Soviets. A Lend-Lease recon tank provided by the British that became very popular amongst the Soviet recon troops, I believe.
Ready for assignment.
But good defense, they're actually killing most of the Soviet troops with just 2 units. Really impressive stuff there from Q. Mines being laid by the sappers here in return.
Meat has arrived.
Stormtroopers coming onto the field now. Being armed with Sturmgewehrs. Not the waiting to get veterans, he wants to get the 4 Sturmgewehrs. Just getting 2 straight at the gate. Valentine revealing itself.
Yes, comrade.
And immediately pulling back. These stormtroopers are gonna have a hard time. They only have the Panzerknacker, which is not a very efficient anti-tank weapon because they have to get up close to the tank and actually attach it. Now, double Sturmgewehr is still not bad. He might be planning an in with a flamethrower on top of it, or MP40s. But he cannot get them the full Sturmgewehrs anymore because he has 2 of them. Still 2 Sturmgewehrs is not bad. Valentine pushing up. Pack 40 has arrived though for the Germans. We see a commander choice. It's Panzerjäger. Okay. Panzerjäger is a pretty good choice. You can actually arm your stormtroopers with Panzerfaust. They normally do not get access to that. Also have an officer coming up behind him, an Untersturmführer.
Squad, ready to move.
Definitely a little bit of a hard one here for the Waffen-SS to get back from, but I think they might have the potential to if they play nice, smart. They do have a pack so they can deal with the Valentine. You just need to lure it into a position. There we go, Palatine's pushing up. Pack missed. Mark target on it. That Valentine has to be very careful. So we're just going to start using the cover. Artillery being called in. The ball loading on the conscripts. Not do too much, surprisingly. But the Untersturmführer is still present to hold them off. It's going to get ready to the flags if it gets any closer. Oh, Untersturmführer also went down. Flags are not having any luck penetrating. Pack completely destroyed. Valentine is surprisingly heavily armored at the front, I think. Yeah, 590 armor, that's not bad. Panzerjäger's being called in. This is a unique Panzerjäger squad to the Panzerjäger commander. Comes with 2 Panzerjägers instead of 1, and it's a 4-man instead of 3-man. I think we only have 2 of them at once. We have an tank destroyer commander present. The tank destroyer commander is actually 6-man squad, so they're actually full combat units, which is actually quite surprising. Stormtroopers pushing upwards. Need to be careful wherever they move. But they will mow down the conscripts. Combat officer is going to be a problem though. Now the Frontoviki in the center here opening fire with a double DPMs. That's a lot of firepower. Suppressing them, that's going to actually save those squads, I think. The Germans are having it a little bit difficult.
Stay in cover and return fire. Squad, listen up.
But just setting new fortifications quickly. We're not looking mortar and Mthis 3 being prepared. We have Panzergrenadiers being prepared. The 17 persists. Hopefully this unit will do a little bit better, but it's going to be very hard to get up against the double Frontoviki with DPMs behind the sandbag wall like that. Also the officer nearby supporting with PPSHs. But here comes the Panzergrenadiers. I believe this guy buffs in some way. Yeah, he gives 50% faster weapon cooldown. Wow, that's actually really good. Especially for the DPM. But he might actually only do it in the zone they're in. Huh. Yeah, it's not looking good here for the Waffen-SS. They need some way to push through here. Looks like a recon run is coming in. Oh, the Panzergrenadiers on the flank here. He probably needs to order them to be in ambush though. A flare going overhead. What is he planning on doing? Because the Maxim is covering the other flank to the other part of the base. PTIs is opening fire and already starting to down the Panzergrenadiers. Well, I'm not seeing how the Germans gonna get out of this one. Soviets have already gotten quite a bit of the upper hand here. And the mortar's gonna start shelling the base. They're planning on taking out the flag positions, I imagine. More mines being laid. 17 is opening fire into the engineers. Officer is being able to be hit by the flag though. PTS gonna ask them to take losses. Seventeen is being pulled back. Stormtroopers moving up here. Oh, they will actually win that engagement, I think. Yeah, they got through them. Problem is there's going to be T-34s on the field shortly. Officer's definitely not going to get out of there, I think.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
There you go. So Germans are slowly getting a little bit of territory again. DPM actually being picked up. That's an interesting thing on a Stormtrooper. Oh, he's using rapid capture. High explosive coming in there. Only is trying to cover though.
UT-34 standing by.
Panzerfaust being equipped on the Panzer Grenadiers. He's pulling them back though. He needs to play very smart because the Soviets are getting T-34s onto the fields. That can easily overrun him. But the Panzerjägers are also present. And that's one T-34 down. Already better T-3 thanks to that. The more tanks they kill, the more powerful those Panzerjägers will become. That's only 3 kills, by the way, so they are getting really good at what they're doing. He actually upgraded him to elite status if he wants. Oh, he's trying to destroy the wall with a canister shot! Or fragmentation shot, rather. He wants to get rid of the flag positions. Panzer needs to be careful, the Maxim will cover this angle. Stormtroopers and Panzer Grenadiers are holding back the front of the still. Smoke grenade going out. Now the Panzer is going to move out, but that's going to just be a signal for the T-34 to pull back. Oh, he's throwing a blend call up? That's a bun flashing. He needs to keep those Panzerjägers alive. They will be what he needs to be able to survive this. He's actually doing a lot of good kills, actually. And the wonderful thing is that since mortars now require regency run to do single shell for precision, you cannot abuse it early on. So his troops actually doing pretty well behind the heavy cover here, keeping the Soviets at bay. But the T-34s will start to just roll in. Panzerjägers will just need to get a shot out there. Missed. The Panzerjäger is definitely just being a good scare tactic at the moment, keeping them at bay. And these Stormtroopers are going to run into a minefield, I think. No, there's no mines? There's no mines. Okay. So more resources for the Waffen-SS to try and make a comeback. You actually seen another Stormtrooper being repaired and a Pack 40. And there we go, now it's down, and now I can get the precision shield ability. That's going to make it a lot more lethal. But Germans are securing some points again, so this could turn around. By just being stubborn and holding on to the end, I think the Waffen-SS could turn this around. Just needs to be careful. That T-34 is still a problem. And these guys don't have any Panzerfaust on them.
Anti-tank battery is ready for
Fragmentation shot only killed 2 of them at least.
Stormtroopers under fire!
Panzerjäger's gonna open the fire. Missed. That's why you need to get that elite training upgrade.
Infantry ready to utilize breakthrough tactics.
But one ship penetrated. Just hit in general.
He's dead!
And even the Waffen-SS will be able to take up behind us. So good job on Q making a comeback here.
Unit ready.
That's not an easy thing to do. Precision shot going in, I think. No, that's just normal barrage. Trying to threaten the area where the Germans reinforce that. Using rapid capture. Problem is there is a minefield up there, but he noticed, so he's gonna turn the other way around.
Ready for action! Stand ready, Kameraden! Achtung!
It's good to see though. I did not expect the Waffen-SS to actually turn it around like that. You also see some Panzer Grenadiers being forward deployed. Actually a Panzerjäger, so they should appear here in a few seconds. They don't actually appear immediately anymore like in vanilla. There we go. And in that building they actually have increased range and reload for some reason. Don't ask me why. Oh, he's doing the same with these Panzer Grenadiers, only giving them 2 STGs. Fascinating. And yeah, you can actually infiltrate this Panzerjäger squad, so that's a very ingenious way of using them. One hit. That's gonna force the T-34 to pull back. He already went to 2 just by hitting, not even killing. Our Stormtroopers on this angle too is gonna start opening fire. So it's actually taking heavy losses now.
Officer ready to be deployed.
Well, that's some heavy artillery though. Oh, Stormtroopers can probably grab that. They need to rush up and grab this. This one has the DPM. This one has to go up there and grab that Panzerstreck. There they go. We have Siberians coming in for the Soviets. Elite squad able to tank destroyer. Or several, you can actually get 2 of them. Ladno. Soviet officer down, but the Soviets do have another officer ready here. Might have been a fake barrage. Nothing seems to be happening. Smoke shell going in. Wonder what for. So the Germans are now going to take up.
Regimental HQ for mechanized units will be here.
They were going to send 5 divisions to
Taking fucking fire! Keep your heads down and be ready to move.
The Panzerjägers will be very powerful. He really should get them elite training, I think.
New orders.
There's only 25 munitions. But double Siberians. Very potent squad, already being armed with a DPM by the looks of it.
Munitions depot complete, comrade.
Weapon team, ready.
Da, guards here.
Prepare yourself.
17 SS is still waiting behind position.
Under attack.
Storm Grenadiers have been spotted though. T-34 is going to push up. Got a fragmentation shot going in. Killing 2 of them.
Commendation from keep firing.
Guards taking heavy losses out in the open there. That's because the DPM these Stormtroopers actually have. Panzerfaust did not go off. That's bad. Before is in range. Building collapses. No penetration. Oh, fragmentation killing the crew.
A gun crew has been lost.
Squad, ready to move.
Q has a lot of manpower, so he could actually invest in something. Looks like he's gonna get us. Is that another Stormtrooper? Are we just seeing Stormtrooper play? Interesting. We're not even getting his unique Panzer ideas, just relying on Stormtroopers instead. That is something you can do, technically, because Stormtroopers are meant to be like your second tier assault infantry, but they can be utilized. You do also get Panzer Grenadiers generally, and they're also really good.
Ready to move.
We have another Panzer coming out. Wait, so that actually means we have Tank Destroyer against Tank Destroyer. Oh my god, that's so funny. Good shot there.
We have lost.
Went down no thanks to the Siberians. Siberians are very accurate, by the way. Very good troops.
Attention! Prepare for action! Taking fire!
He's doing good, believe with just infantry making a comeback. I like the fact he's just going for one, for double Sturmgewehr rather than quadruple. That's a very fascinating thing. That's a rifle grenade. The Siberians do get access to.
Combat engineers are standing by.
And these stormtroopers will be very difficult to deal with. In the long run, anyway. But the map is still somewhat evenly split, at least resource-wise. Soviets have a little bit more, but that's not going to matter much in the grand scope of things, I think. Just a little bit. Problem is with tank destroyers, the biggest tank you get is the T-44. And I'm just saying tank, because I do know they get bigger other things like tank destroyers, but a tank destroyer is not a tank. And the T-44 I don't think will survive in the long run against these Panzerjäger tactics.
Jäger, defensive formation.
As we see that, one good shot there hitting the driver. And there we go, taking it out. Veterans 2 immediately. One more veteran see that can get elite training, which he really should upgrade on him, I think, when he can.
Squad, shut it. We are receiving
Wow, this is a very weird match. I did not actually expect him to make a comeback like this. The Soviets player is probably having a little bit of trouble figuring out what to do. Because Q is actually doing a surprisingly good job with what few troops they have, that they've made a comeback.
Squad,
Just using stormtroopers and a little bit of ingenuity.
keep low and return fire. I'm bleeding. Field complete.
That DPM in that building site, they have a very good vantage point. Already killing a lot of the German troops. It seems like a professor's just going for double PTRS, but what's the point of it? Because there's not been any light vehicles really for the Germans. Are Germans even gonna get vehicles? I suppose with the final tier here they might. But what would they even get? A Panzer IV? Probably. Or stock? Probably the stock would work. Like in these prolonged engagements, I think the SS is just gonna do better. Although the PTS is actually doing a number on them at the moment. Not just because they were weakened to begin with. Stormtroopers is gonna try and push up though. Getting behind some cover. But Siberians are coming up with their DPMs, and their accuracy is gonna start showing.
Men are focused and ready!
I think a Kampfkraft Center, if he gets another Storm Pioneer, will actually be a very good investment. Keep all his troops very veteran. Like, he has a lot of resources for it. He's not really using for much else.
Commander abilities.
MP4 is being armed on the Storm Field.
To the headquarters building.
Squad, shut it. We are receiving new orders.
But what are the Germans gonna do? What are the Soviets gonna do? It's been very back and forth up here. He's marked a target. Mine being laid by the enemy. Artillery pulled in 7.5 centimeter. Rapid blast, that's why he's standing so rapidly, if you're wondering.
Gruppe back to full strength. Really?
Squad, ready to move.
Anything to say?
Jäger, listen up.
If it was still being prepared by the Soviets.
We have a DP-28. Give us a target.
Oh, this is a little bit nerve-wracking because I did not expect the match to actually go on like this. This is turning out to be a longer engagement. It's not just a skirmish. This is a full-on battle.
Engineers standing by. Engineers ready for assignment.
Siberian's gonna be finishing laying that little mine here.
T-34 ready for combat.
T-34 crude loaded and ready.
Squad,
Germans are waiting in ambush positions.
new orders.
Hitting the cover there to destroy it. How cheeky. I think he knows it's just it's an ambush. Yeah, he's not gonna risk moving up there just like that.
Yes, comrade.
You could shoot a flare there with the mortar. We're seeing an Aufklar coming out for the Waffen-Assist now. He's taking off for heavy vehicles, oh god. German position has been revealed. Sturmgewehrs got a flank, but the Fonzviki are here to stop him. Still some MP40 shots in the rank of in the rear of those Siberians to cut them down. Double T-34 again. Germans have to evacuate the spot. Command Stug coming out. Oh well, not a Command Stug. Actually, yeah, Panzer Beobacht. So that's actually like an artillery observation platform on the Stug, and Untersturmführer went down to the Soviet lieutenant here.
Unit lost.
But that's actually essentially a Stug outfitted with a lot of radio equipment and a command post on the sides to coordinate artillery support. That's what a Beobacht Panzer is. Can still be useful. It has a Stug gun and everything, so it's not bad.
Under fire!
Especially against T-34-76s. Unless the T-34-76s penetrate. We got the gun on one, should focus on the next target. Pulling out artillery.
We lost a gun crew.
There we go, immobilizing it, that's good. There we go, Stug one out. That's why you should never underestimate the Stug. However, the Soviets are angry and are getting a Su-85 in return. So a big tank destroyer. But now these Soviets have been flanked and they were killed by a grenade. Oh, that's painful. We now have a veteran C4 Sturmgewehrs here with 43 kills. You could probably arm them with LMG-42 in all honesty. They would do really well as his long-range support with that marksman rifle and LMG-34 in my own opinion. More Siberians coming. We are seeing a lot of Siberians fighting here in the field today. More rifleers going out. Beobacht's Panzer pulling back for repairs. This battle has turned around. Holy shit! Another T-34 being prepared. More stormtroopers moving up. Is this the one for the DPM? Yes, this is the one with the DPM. I spotted it. That's AT gun is probably gonna die. Yep. And Mortar's in trouble. Yeah, mowed down. And actually destroying it. That's a veteran C5 Sturmgrenadier. That is an exceptionally potent unit. 40% increased accuracy. That is absolutely nuts. That was an 85.
Guards troops ready for
And these guys still haven't got Panzerfausts.
Area secured.
We heard you.
Is he gonna shoot it on the stormtroopers?
Squad, listen up.
Ah, he lost sight of it.
SU-85, combat ready.
SU-85 do need an infantry, else would not be able to see much. He actually needs to get to veteran in order to see stuff on its own with the targeting scopes. That's why the Siberians are there for. The Siberians are technically recon infantry.
SU-85, under attack. We heard you.
Enemy infantry.
Is that not a stormtrooper? Another stormtrooper! Oh my god, we just 6 stormtroopers! This is such a weird game and I'm loving it! Oh, they got Panzerfaust now. Drove out of the range of it though. I really think that Sturmgewehrs should like, get an LMG-42. That would really fit him.
Squad, ready to move.
Combat unit ready.
Mines are killing the stormtroopers. Oh, they grabbed the PTRS? I suppose with 40% increased accuracy, it's not the worst gun. But I think the LMG-42 would have been a lot better personally. Gearbox Panzer ready again, but I don't think a Stuk will be able to fight an SU-85.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Because the 85mm gun is pretty devastating.
We have an isolated sector.
Germans are taking the northern flank here, so the battle is shifted. Brung a grenade out the hatch. Didn't hit anything.
Listen up.
Stormtroopers again being armed with double STGs. Baldaladno. Oh, killed a lot of them. Wow, that's a good Baldaladno. But like, congratulations to Q for turning this around. They were practically base locked for a while. Open Blitz being prepared. I wonder what for, probably field reinforcement.
Crew, get ready.
What's Q waiting for though? Is he gonna get another stock or is it just gonna go for a Jagdtiger? The Jagdtiger would be kinda a big investment and could easily backfire. But with how he's been handling his stormtrooper infantry, I think he actually might be doing pretty okay here. And like German stormtroopers are really damn good. Yes, the stormtroopers are amazing at what they do. These are not Star Wars Imperial stormtroopers. These guys can actually aim and hit stuff.
Trained Panzer Grenadier, not a fucking shit-bagging pioneer. Squad,
Panzer IV battle group on standby.
Wait, oh, he's gonna scavenge. He's using the truck to scavenge. Oh my god, that's genius. He's not actually getting any Sturm pioneers through. He's just gonna use the truck. My god, that's very smart. Very smart, Q. The Stuk might be in trouble. Actually, yeah. SU-85 moving back. It doesn't have his infantry. Wall that went down though, so that's gonna be another opening. And the stormtroopers are building a sandbag wall there. More double T-34s. Looks like these ones might be going for the flank. Probably to threaten their base to try and force Q to make another move. That's at the very least what I wager. And it looks like they are setting up for it. Another mortar being prepared by the Soviet Union. There's not a lot here to stop T-34s in all honesty. Not a Maxim? Okay, so he's gonna have a Maxim in like an Overwatch position here. Smart. Panzerjäger being trained. This is just a normal Panzerjäger, I think. Yeah, just the SS Panzerjäger. D-man squad. Oh, he got a Panzerjäger waiting there. The flag is immobilizing them. And he actually took them out. Holy shit! That's gonna be painful. High explosive from the SU-85.
SU-85, combat ready!
Just moving out of sight of it, and that stopped it. It's moving too close.
Assault gun taking fire!
Needs to be very careful here. Because they do a... Oh, he's throwing a grenade out the hatch. Because the Stormtroopers do a Panzerfaust because he's playing as Panzerjäger. Something they normally do not get access to. And indeed, he's going for the Jagdtiger. Wow, okay. We are actually gonna see a Jagdtiger. I personally think Professor, what he could have done better is probably going for SU-76s. Because SU-76s armed with high explosives would probably have dealt quite well with all those Panzerjägers and provide just a lot of supporting fire for the infantry. Besides, the SU-76 is a pretty cheap unit. It just costs a little bit of munitions, but I would definitely think you should never underestimate it. It's a useful weapon. Like most units are in Spearhead if you just know how to use them. Well, in the open, that could be a problem. Oh, a maximum squad for 2 Stormtroopers? Worth. That's big worth. Stormtroopers are very expensive after all. We have a captain coming in, another combat officer for the tank destroyers. A tank hunter rather. H-85 is still operational though, but I think it will get a shock when the Jagdtiger gets into the field. But we have scoped SVTs as well. DPM and scoped SVTs on the Siberians.
Prepare yourselves!
Triple Panzerjäger, 2 of the unique ones and 1 of the base ones. Is the SS Panzerjäger.
Squad, shut it! We are receiving new orders!
What's the difference actually?
Squad, ready
These are Panzergrenadier Panzerjägers, and these are just SS Panzerjägers, so yeah, definitely a little bit of a difference, I suppose.
tank destroyer here!
I see another Stormtrooper? Yes, that's another Stormtrooper. This is the match of Stormtroopers, everyone.
Squad, taking fire over here!
Where to see 5 Stormtroopers? Oh my god, that's scary.
We are ready. Send orders.
Panzerjäger's pushing up though.
Shut it! We are receiving new orders!
The 85 needs to be very, very careful.
Squad, ready to move!
And here comes the Jagdtiger shortly. There it is.
Jäger, listen up!
Probably the largest tank destroyer of the war and the largest one in German service. Actually, I do believe the ISU-152 for the Soviets might have been bigger, but I'm not sure. Regardless, that is the heaviest the Germans had, and holy shit, it's gigantic. This thing is nearly impossible to penetrate frontally. And has a huge gun. I actually see how big caliber it is. Nope, I have no way of telling, I think.
Jagdtiger ready.
Huge gun, though. This thing will pierce any Soviet vehicle, or any Allied vehicle for that matter. There's actually, I don't think there's anything that can survive that gun frontally. Oh, good shit there from the Beobax Panzer.
Another vehicle has been lost in the defense of the Rodina.
But 85 takes out the Beobax Panzer in one shot. Now the Jagdtiger has revealed itself. Probably a waste of a shot in all honesty.
Taking fire! Ready! Jawohl, will do.
You should probably never order your Jagdtiger to waste its shots on infantry.
Light vehicle.
Panzerjägers and SU-85 though. I never got one shot, it's all it takes. Another 85 being prepared behind this and another T-3476. It's gonna be very hard to take care of that Jagdtiger with all the infantry support here. Because I think Q is very well aware of how to provide the infantry support his Jagdtiger requires. Or their Jagdtiger requires, rather. Panzerjäger's pulling back. Stormtroopers turning our guns around. They're getting flanked here.
An officer has reported for duty.
And the Siberians' accuracy is starting to show off. Well, there's another stormtrooper here to try and hold the line. And more stormtroopers coming up as well. Onto Stormfury as well to provide buffs for them. And all the Sturmgewehrs are starting to show. Oh, good rifle grenade though. Probably pick up the DPM and run. Yep, what? Grab the DPM and running back. Rapid barrage going in. He needs to move the Siberians back quickly. Too late. Investigating even more Siberians. It's just Siberian on Stormtrooper fight here. Maxim still holding the southern flank though. Oh, we're actually seeing some SS Grenadiers being called onto the field for once. Cheaper alternative unit you can get as Panzerjäger. Pretty decent infantry, they're not too bad, but the best thing about them is they're cheap. And they come out the gate with Panzerfausts, so that's handy. Oh, he's gonna use them to man equipment, isn't he? No? They're just gonna be there to man the line, I suppose. That's kind of what their purpose is. Yeah, meant to be static infantry, I believe. But like, yeah, Grenadiers. Line infantry, okay. Yeah, roll front line, makes sense.
Squad, ready to move.
H-85 waiting in ambush, but I don't think it'll help.
Jäger, listen up.
Oh, he's actually getting camouflage netting for his Panzerjägers.
Crew, get ready.
Now we have a little bit of a quiet again, but this match has gone on for almost 50 minutes on a 1v1. That is kinda nuts.
Squad, ready to move. Jäger, listen up.
That is absolutely nuts.
Gun ready for action.
Soviets actually taking up to final tier now. They probably should have done that earlier. But I would still suggest the SU-76 is earlier in the game, but that's a little bit too late now. Panzerjägers out in the open is not going to do much.
Stormtroopers under fire. Down, grenade.
Officer ready to
It's
be
getting...
deployed.
Ah, he was about to get too close to the Panzerschreck, but... Another beer box Panzer called in.
Suppressive fire! Suppressive fire!
Soviets need to get rid of those flak guns somehow. Stolen Panzerfaust going out. Didn't do too much. It's also a smaller version. And Siberians pulling back again. Now this here can go for the SU-100 or the SU-152 or the ISU-152. Like, you have so many ISU options. But he probably needs the ISU to even contest the Jagdtiger. Even then, I don't think he can actually beat the Jagdtiger.
Prepare to execute.
Double Sis guns going out. Oh, actually, that's not... They're technically a Sis. It's Sis 2s, not Sis 3s. These ones gonna be used as an artillery piece, I believe. But it is capable of reloading fast and give a lot of sustained fire. I think that's kind of the purpose of it.
Cooper, prepare for orders. Squad under fire. Jäger.
Oh, artillery landing in on them. Oh, Panzerjäger's got up on the SU-85. It has no anti-infantry capability.
Anti-tank gun.
That's why you need infantry near it. Right, the utilization of these 17 SS Panzergrenadier Panzerjägers have just done an amazing job. SS Grenadiers pushing up too. Scouting ahead for the Jagdtiger. They're gonna run into these sappers. And the sappers are in light cover. Oh, they shut up the heavy cover though. I think the STG of the squad leader will still do enough damage. Definitely looks that way. Mortar's in trouble here. I think Professor's just kind of lost his steam at this point.
Enemy is taking what we have secured. We have lost the mortar crew.
You probably did not expect Q to be able to make a comeback like this, and it's kind of made it difficult to figure out what to do, I imagine. Now, these small AT guns will provide some kind of sustainable firepower, but I think Q just has the stormtroopers to deal with that issue, and I don't think they can even pierce the Jagdtiger. The Jagdtiger is in a whole lot of caliber. Yeah, that's not going to do anything to it.
Regiment advises. Infantry ready to use.
Yeah, Axe is just going to load a high explosive. I think that AT gun is gone. That's, wow, it actually penetrated. Did not do much damage though. And boom! Yeah, because that's just what it does instead.
Pioneers reporting for duty.
We have an SU-100 coming out. So that's a SU, but with a 100mm gun. I still don't think that's gonna be enough, but worth an attempt. All these stormtroopers with the STGs and the DPMs are just doing a good job. Now we have the Veteran C5 Sturmgewehrs here. Yeah, I think I need to get out of there. More fun if we get down. Q actually turned it around. Holy shit.
Do not leave any alive. We are awaiting orders. Infantry fire incoming. Only money.
Now the Understormfear is going to open fire here.
Su-85 tank destroyer ready.
Men, eyes up.
Oh man, this is just so hard.
Field coming.
Like, no wonder this is difficult to fight against, because it seems like Q is really good at just using stormtroopers and Panzerjägers in conjunction with one another.
Under fire. Taking HMG fire.
I'm still of the belief SU-76s early on would have made all the difference. I think going for the T-34s might have been a mistake. At least in this kind of engagement. But that's only my suggestion. I am not the one playing after all, so I don't know what plans they had in their mind. They might have had a genius plan that I just didn't know. Will the SU-100 even try and attempt to fight the Jagdtiger? That's the question. Sandbags being laid up by the Grenadiers.
Panzer IV battle group ready for deployment. Ready for action.
Not hitting. Jagdtiger is gonna try and make a return shot, I think. And there we go, got it.
Vehicle destroyed.
And there we go, Professor surrendered. We have a comeback here from Q, who was basically base locked and made a stubborn comeback. That is good to see. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one, everyone. Bye bye.